VoyMonk vlog number 74, Friday. Today I just wanted to talk about some ideas for the channel. A lot of times I do updates, and I've done quite a few frequent ones since the beginning inception of this channel, and so this is going to be maybe a little bit of a different route as far as that. Like I said, this isn't an update. This is just an ideas thing. Although there is one update, which is I think going forward, this being vlog number 74, I think this might be coming to a close in terms of me mentioning the vlog number every single vlog. I know that I actually decided that I'm going to, that doesn't mean that I won't catalog this with a vlog number when they're uploaded and put on the channel. It's just that I think I'm going to probably stop saying vlog number every single time I start one of these, for the fact that it's actually kind of starting to annoy me a little bit. And the fact that, quite frankly, thanks to my vlog number 39 fiasco, where I made 2 vlog 39s, like I said, it's correct now because I have numbered these chronologically with the according to the fact that I made 2 vlog 39s. So you're on the right vlog number 74. It's just that I don't know that I need to necessarily mention that every single time. And sometimes I do. I mean, I do pre-record these, in that kind of thing, but still, it isn't really to necessarily make anything from, I don't want to be disingenuous or anything like that. It's just, it's I don't know. It's kind of the thing that when I hear it, it's like, and I do listen to these, who cares what vlog number it is? I mean, in terms of what recording. And so it doesn't take a lot of time, obviously, but that's the other thing. And that, I guess, should be a transition into my ideas in terms of the different kinds of content. I'm pretty happy with the way I do the vlogs now. And the timing and the scheduling and that kind of stuff. And obviously, as real life permits or doesn't sometimes, the vlogging schedule, when I record and that kind of stuff, like with the Christmas and that kind of thing, or with, whatever, when holidays come around and stuff like that, or like I said, my mom is going through an issue as far as, medically and stuff like that, or I'm taking care of her. I mean, there's things that come up. So, and I like to stay regular. I like to keep my content consistent, 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. But the ideas that I've come up with, really, like I said, that update, I am probably by vlog 100 going to stop naming these in terms of in the vlogs what number they are. I think that's going to be coming to a close. For some reason, maybe there's just a part of me that just wants to make it to 100 first. So that's what's coming along. That's gonna happen. As far as my ideas, one of the things I didn't like that I did this week, and this is me kind of calling myself out, is I actually, when I was doing the why I have no interest in certain kinds of content, vlog number 71, I went a little bit closer to the 10-minute mark. And therefore, I rushed myself a little bit. There has been some times that I've kind of cut off myself in thought and felt as though maybe I should just, maybe make a video voiceover, which is where I'll do kind of my extras, things that, aren't really vlog, and its intent is more conversational, just me, going in for a little bit of a longer vlog, video, voice vlog, or whatever. And so, yeah, and I did mention from the very beginning that obviously sometimes when things need to go maybe to the 8 or 10 minute mark, they will. It's just that I don't ever want to get myself in this situation where, because I do know this is content that I'm putting up on a channel and other people are listening to. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because that transparency in the content that I create is that, hey, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I might do some things that, go against, what I believe. And I think it's important in any human being's life to make sure that being in the present and the here and now, and that's why I do that. That's why it's part of the pillars and the spirit of this channel, is that being that is also about self-reflection, about creating better content, being aware of what content that I'm creating, so that honestly I can avoid the pitfalls that I see, and why I have the inspiration to do this channel other than the way they may be done in a lot of other places, and probably with a lot more views, but nonetheless, yeah, because this isn't a show. This isn't something where I'm doing this for money or views or clicks or anything like that. I mean, I like those things and I want people to feel comfortable and welcomed in terms of creating content of their own, sharing their passions as far as what they enjoy, movies, music, things of that nature as far as a lighthearted content. And then, of course, sharing, their perspectives, their views, doing vlogs online, that kind of thing. That is to me more important than whether or not the makeup or the exteriors or the other things become more important and overshadow the fact that, this isn't a television show. This isn't, I'd like to do content that's very similar. Like I said, I'd like to do a radio show or whatever, but never without the statements that I've made, the spirit, the mantra at this point of the channel, which is to be authentic. And sometimes maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm thinking a little bit ahead or going too fast, or maybe not considering not necessarily how I sound, because I want to be cognizant of the fact that I'm speaking and other people can be listening and may be invited to be a subscriber, to follow the channel and that kind of thing. I don't want this to be a show, though. I don't want this to ever be about me being phony or fake. I don't want to be putting it on, if, so to speak. I mean, there's other ways to be not authentic besides just not editing yourself. So, when I make mistakes, you'll hear it. When I'm doing things that are annoying or stupid, or maybe things I need to work on, you'll know about them. And when it comes to my mindset and how I, put this channel together, those are all the things that are going in it as well, is that being genuine, even if you think it sucks, even if you find it boring, I'm okay with that. But what I don't want it to ever be is me not being myself, while at the same time, there's obviously some things that I won't do as far as the channel, but that has a real source, that has a real reason behind that, which maybe not everyone is going to agree with. Excuse me. And there goes one of those things that I could have edited out, but I'm not. That's me coughing, by the way. But yeah, so, like I said, when it comes to the time constraints and that kind of thing, I made it clear that if I need to go over 5 minutes, or I can't make it necessarily 5 minutes, or it has to go a little bit longer on content that doesn't mean to be a certain time, or means to only be a certain time. I don't want for me to have the trade-off be that I'm sacrificing my intent for this channel and being phony for staying to a certain format, that it could only be 5 minutes, or it can't run, 10 minutes or something like that. I mean, that will always be the outline and the guide and the structure for this channel. But I just want to make sure that, when I'm coming up with ideas for this channel, and as far as what kind of content that I really want to have, that I'm also flexible as well. And it isn't to say that at some point things won't change. I do these Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and I try to keep them between 5 and 10 minutes. But sometimes they're going to go over. Sometimes there may be situations where, I don't know, maybe I don't do a vlog on a day. I haven't run into that yet. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm really enjoying doing these. It's just, I think when I think in overall terms as far as quality in the channel, what you're listening to, I'd like that to be reflected as rather a host and someone who is being respectful of you if you're listening and giving me your ear or whatever. But at the same time, I don't want it to be me being someone that I'm not. And so, like I said, as far as the ideas for this channel, I had considered maybe doing a weekly vlog and then maybe having them be longer, committing those to maybe a Friday or Saturday or something. Well, not Friday, Saturday, sorry, but a Friday or Thursday or something like during the week. I don't think I'll ever do anything on a Saturday or Sunday, mostly because I'm old and the structure that I have in terms of at least having some kind of schedule, a schedule. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, this isn't a job, this isn't work, but I don't know. I'm not a Saturday, Sunday kind of guy. I don't really suspect that there's going to be much content, at least for a while, that I think will ever be appropriate, probably for a Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, I like to think those are the days that, maybe people are doing things other than listening to vlogs or doing whatever. But like I said, I'm old, I'm traditional, I guess. It's just, it's part of who I am. But, yeah, like I said, I can't ever say that I won't go over 5 minutes. I can't say that I'll always color with inside the lines. And so when I talk about ideas, some things that I have kind of thought about in terms of content, and I don't plan on doing this, but doing a weekly format as opposed to a daily, Monday through Friday. I don't feel like doing that right now. But again, I don't think that would be content that I would, I'm talking about vlogs specifically. Like I said, there's the VoyMonk voiceovers, which, like I said, there's no schedule format for that. It's just whenever I make them, and if I make them, I'll usually not usually, but I will release them Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. But in terms of, like I said, as far as the weekly, maybe I'll just, if I do that, maybe keep the voiceovers to a weekly on Friday. Like I said, but that's what I'm talking about. As far as the numbering and that kind of thing, as far as the voiceovers, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the vlogs the way I do the voiceovers, where basically, like I said, going forward, I'll number them, but I'm not going to continually keep mentioning that like my timestamp situation, that I was not only doing the vlog number or the content number or whatever I was creating, but I was also giving the time, date, and stuff. It's like that even for me listening to, because I do listen to these. Yeah, that was a little bit too much for me. I thought, okay, nobody cares what the time and date is. And like I said, I'm not trying to put on a show, but at the same time, it's like, consequently, it's probably a big reason why I also don't do an intro outside of the copyright thing, is that even if I did have access to probably some kind of, editing format software, which I don't, and I had access to certain kinds of maybe, music that was copyright free. I don't even know how I would do that, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I know there are certainly some channels, some people who do content, many times do full entertainment like you would find on TV or just about anywhere else. And it's first rate, it's top notch. It's not meant to be a vlog. It's not meant to be a VoyMonk channel. And like I said, there's lots of different channels that do that. And I think that's the other thing I wanted to mention in terms of ideas is that, and I'm not going to do it now, but I think I'm going to do my best to kind of if there are people that are listening that do engage, I will certainly do my best to promote. And I'm really not at a stature at all that anybody's listening anyways that it would matter. But yeah, I would definitely promote and definitely let people know what I'm listening to or what I'm watching on YouTube, just like, TV shows or movies and things like that. In terms of reviews and reactions, I can't honestly see maybe reaction videos I guess I could do in terms of content, but I don't know about that. That is an idea, but it's an idea that's steeped in a lot of not understanding exactly maybe what I'm saying at this point, because reaction videos might be a kind of content that really isn't going to fit the VoyMonk channel. Like I said, I think it can be genuine, but I don't know. I actually like reaction videos, but there's something about my spidey senses that genuinely kind of is curious about how that's done. I mean, obviously it's edited, but I don't know. It's like TikTokers, It's like, and hopefully I'm not going to rub anybody the wrong way, but some of the reactions, I don't think they're quite as genuine as they're set up to be. There's reactions that I see that I really don't believe this is their first time watching or their first time reacting. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I have a sneaking suspicion that some of the reactions aren't necessarily as genuine as they seem to be. And I do like reaction videos, and some others, I kind of question whether or not they're necessary. But again, I'm not going to bash anyone. I'm not going to slight anyone else's content, especially when I'm so far removed from being able to even have any kind of credibility to say anything about anybody. So there you go. But and I've also said that, sometime in the far future, distant future, I could maybe do another channel in addition to this, but I think the only time that would happen, and I did mention that before, is if I was genuinely doing content that I think, while it would still not go completely against the spirit and the charter, the charter of this channel. I think I might start referring to my charter and maybe put that on here somewhere as far as my commitment that I I bring up a lot. But if it goes against the charter of what I've established for this channel, then I might do something as far as a different channel, only in that the difference being that this isn't edited, this isn't going to be scripted. But if I did another channel where I did edit it and I did script it, but I still kept to the, like I said, charter of being genuine content, then that would be for another channel. And I really hope that makes sense. But yeah, like I said, genuine, real content is important to me. I don't think editing and doing those types of things aren't necessarily genuine. Or scripting is necessarily not genuine. I just think that for this particular channel, I won't do any editing, and at least really as minimum as possible, and there will never be a script. This is take it as you leave it. If I did another channel, far future, maybe years, whatever, because like I said, I'm doing what I do with this, and I'm feeling successful, and I don't want to overtax my ADHD mind. But in the far future, if I did do something that was scripted and edited to the degree that it's not a production, but just more something that's a different kind of content, then that might be a channel, meaning that, I don't know, maybe I'm talking about something that's more social in terms of conversation, or maybe it's less lighthearted than I would rather it be for this channel. And so, yeah. And like I said, so my ideas are, like I said, for this channel, to promote others as well. And like I said, as I build this channel, I'd like to put together a community. I know that there's different sources like Discord and things like that I would definitely, I'm nowhere near that yet, but maybe a forum, maybe something that I think would be a place that not only is for, just, getting together, but can, actually do discussions in a, like a type setting, like a, text, and maybe, a place where people can kind of put their ideas and comments, and, something that's not just video format or voice as it were. So, this is one hell of a Friday vlog. I think the other thing I wanted to kind of mention, and I don't think I've approached this subject yet, but as far as when it comes to content, I know there's people have different ideas about language, swearing and that kind of stuff, and I can cuss like a sailor. No offense to sailors. And, I'm not super, like I said, I don't want to offend anybody I'm not, whatever. But the point being is that I can cuss a lot. I can cuss too much sometimes. And there's lots of things I could or could not say and all that stuff. Like I said, I just want this to be a welcoming and caring and, I won't say loving environment. People use that a lot. Or this is a family. I'm not going to be using those types of words. I'm just saying I just want this to be a welcoming and real and genuine place that you can come and you can listen to me, whatever, however you want. And like I said, if you'd like to, subscribe, you want to, add or join your content or whatever, that's great. So, I think at this point I'm just babbling, as I'll do. But thank you if you've listened this long and you're coming along with the journey. But yes, for sure, like I said, after vlog 100, the announcing of the vlog numbers is going to stop. Unless anybody says they want me to do otherwise, that I would consider that. But it kind of annoys me. I don't think anyone cares. And Quite frankly, at this point, it's possible that no one's even listening, but more than likely. But who knows? Anyways, thank you for listening. Thanks for do what you do. Like I said, hopefully I'm not being a little weird by saying what I just said. Thank you. Like an audience of myself. Yeah, like I said, I'll never stop being critical of myself. There actually was once upon a time I was so, and not once upon a time, but still, I can sometimes be so critical of myself that sometimes I can go to some dark places and has pushed me away from me and gotten in my own way. So, yeah, I'm working it out. I'm here. Okay, so until my next vlog, thanks for listening. Take care.